What's up, everybody? Sports Journal Live Sports back here with another video. Yeah, it's a few days after the All Star break. Gotta say it was a huge success. I really loved all the competitiveness from the players. uh, Anthony Davis winning off a free throw. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I did see a lot of players just really kind of going out there and having fun. So I think what made it cool was the players weren't just sitting around not playing defense. You saw different moments in the game going in spurts where players are putting in effort, at least trying to make the game entertaining, because for about a good 3 or plus years, guys were just kind of there, just kind of there for the motions, not really doing anything. And, I think everybody in this game really did it for Kobe, because Kobe never really took a game off. Even in All-Star games, Kobe was really going out there and trying to score, have fun, and just, do what Kobe did, which was just compete. So I will say the NBA players did a lot of people a service for that. I'm really impressed with that. So to me, the All-Star game was a success. Now we're heading into the home stretch of the season. There's about less than, I think, 30 games left or so. So here's what I think is going to really set the tone for the rest of the season. It's for playoff teams, it's just really fine-tuning things. For the Lakers, it's where do you find ways to rest LeBron James and Anthony Davis, because they've played excellent so far this year, but finding different ways, either in game or giving them a few games off. I think at the end of the season, when you have a secured playoff spot, you should take the last not five, but I think 3 or so games off. I think that's a great idea for them to do. Because LeBron, he's averaging his least amount of minutes, but it's still a heavy workload that he does because of how he creates for others. For Anthony Davis, a guy who's I think should have won a Defensive Player of the Year, I think he's going to be Defensive Player of the Year this year. It's giving him 3 or so games off. Finding different ways to increment rest for players. Hold on a sec. Let me just get this. Okay. It's things like that that help the players out. For the Clippers, I'm just talking about teams that are really relevant right now real quick. We can get into a different breakdown later, but a Clippers team, just staying healthy, just finding different ways for them just to keep Kawhi Leonard and Paul George healthy, because Paul George, for some reason, has a bad hamstring right now. So, but, the All-Star break is a great way to get healthy so guys, can have that fuel to finish the season. You got the Trailblazers. These are now teams like the Trailblazers, the Pelicans, teams that are, not that are in the playoff race. It's just competing till the end. I think as a team that's on the cusp, you just compete and you just continue to play until you're knocked out. And Damian Lillard's going to do that. I'm not worried about him. The Pelicans seem to be really behind whatever Zion Williamson is doing, which he's been very impressive. He has the highest field goal percentage for a guy through his, I don't know how many games, but he's just been excellent. So I really like that team makeup. They kept Drew Holiday, which was an excellent choice. I would love for them to play Jackson Hayes more, but I think he's kind of more of a project because of, he's a raw guy. He has raw talent, raw athleticism. And once he learns to use that to his advantage, as in blocking shots, getting rebounds, positioning on those rebounds, great for him. I can't wait to see him develop, because I just really likes what he brings to the table in terms of, as a future player. So, for Houston, I already made a video about them, but, it's just Houston has just got to worry about themselves and just play their game. That's all I'm going to say about Houston. It's just picking their spots. They're going to be a streaky team. That's just how they are. They're going to be a streaky shooting team, but just making shots when it counts is really what's going to define them. So that's all I got to say about Houston. Utah, to me, it's all about the playoffs. I don't care about the regular season with them. To me, they've always been a good regular season team. It's in the playoffs. Can you sustain? Can you make shots? Because what's really come down is against Houston the last 2 years, Donovan Mitchell's not made shots consistently. He had one great game where in the second half he just went off, but it's consistency that needs to happen for the Utah Jazz. Clippers, Jazz, Denver. It's taking that next step for Jamal Murray, I think, because they already got, Nikola Jokic doing what he's doing, averaging nearly triple-double, getting his assists and rebounds. It's can another guy step up? And if Jamal Murray starts really becoming a better playmaker, not only for himself, as in making more shots, but for other guys, that really helps that team down the stretch, because I think they're a team that can be reckoned with. But it's going to take a little more maturity for that team to really, take the next step. So For the East, Giannis. Giannis has just got to keep doing what he's doing. He's making shots. He's being aggressive. He's rebounding. He's playing defense. Either him or AD will win Defensive Player of the Year. I do like what Chris Middleton's doing, just being that second guy, scoring and just doing what he does. I think just those guys behind Giannis and Chris Middleton, you just got to be consistent. You just got to be consistent. That's all that matters for them. Philadelphia. Everybody keeps talking about Philadelphia, all the issues that they have. Philadelphia's just got to be better teammates for each other. They got to be consistent and just doing the things that matter for that team, which is just, like I said, being better teammates, and just everybody's got to find out what their role is and just get better at that. It's simple. I don't know why the media is just making it out as in there's all this huge chemistry stuff. It's simple. Everybody's got to find their role and accept what it is. That's what's going to make that team better. Not trade Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Those two together can win a championship. It's guys beyond those two guys. Find a role and find what you're good at. And maybe get a couple shooters, but that really doesn't matter. Just find out what you're good at. Who else we got? Boston. I don't know what to say about Boston. Boston, to me, is just doing what they're doing, which is just winning and just playing their brand of basketball. They're better without Kyrie. Kyrie was the ball stopper. He's a great player, but he's a ball stopper. They got Kemba Walker, who's moving the ball and scoring. Their guy is Jason Tatum. They're balling. I don't know what to tell y'all, but they balling. So that's my take on the All-Star game, the second half of the season. It's starting here in about, I think we have a few more days till the All-Star break is officially over. Then we get to see some games. So, but thank you guys for listening. Let me know what you think in the comments about my thoughts and about what I've said. Let me know what you guys think is going to be the keys to the second half of the season. It's Purpose Driven Life Sports, and I will see you guys in my next video.